The Monetary Authority of Singapore has declined a meeting request from former NTUC Income Chief Executive Tan Suee Chieh regarding the failed 2.2 billion Singapore dollars acquisition of income insurance by German insurer Allianz. The move, made in a statement on 23 June 2025, comes amid mounting political scrutiny and public discourse surrounding the deal, particularly during Singapore's 2025 general election campaign. MAS reiterated its position, stating that all relevant regulatory matters had already been addressed in Parliament. It also clarified that the approval given to Allianz and NTUC Enterprise in July 2024 allowed them to acquire more than 5% of Income's voting shares, but did not grant Allianz formal consent to become a substantial shareholder. MAS explained that this would have required a separate, detailed application, which was never submitted. The controversy began when Allianz proposed a plan to return 1.85 billion Singapore dollars in cash to shareholders, but MAS did not approve this capital reduction, citing the need for a separate regulatory process. This capital reduction plan was shared with the Ministry of Culture, Community and Youth after concerns arose that it conflicted with promises made by Income during its 2022 corporatization, specifically the commitment to preserving a 2 billion Singapore dollars surplus for public benefit. In October 2024, Parliament passed amendments to the Insurance Act, giving MAS formal authority to consider MCCY's views on similar future applications. Despite these actions, Tan Suee Chieh renewed public focus on the issue during the election campaign. In an open letter published on 28 April 2025, he called on Deputy Prime Minister Gan Kim Yong, also chairman of MAS, to address questions of governance and accountability regarding the deal. Tan criticized the lack of oversight and questioned why Allianz was not required to inject new capital. He also raised concerns over the dilution of the Singapore Labour Foundation's stake in NTUC Enterprise, suggesting it may have weakened state oversight. Tan's letter further warned about the concentration of power within NTUC entities and called for structural reforms to enhance transparency and independence in decision-making. He encouraged voters to reflect on these governance issues, particularly in Punggol GRC, where Gan was contesting, and Jalan Kayu, where NTUC Secretary-General Chieh had defended the deal. While Tan's appeal gained significant attention, MA's statement on 23 June did not address several of his concerns. While the regulator reaffirmed that the transaction was never approved, it did not respond to questions about Allianz's capital injection or the implications of the capital extraction clause. Additionally, MAS did not address why Tan's earlier letters had gone unanswered, raising further doubts about communication and oversight during the crisis. The controversy surrounding the failed deal has prompted broader questions about the governance of cooperative-linked entities, regulatory transparency, and the intersection of public policy and private capital. MAS' refusal to meet with Tan may signal the beginning of a new phase of scrutiny, focusing not just on past decisions, but also on the adequacy of oversight frameworks for future public interest transactions.